Okay, I was going to set up the mic and all that jazz. And then I said, you know what? Let me just pour out from the heart for a second. So let me just tell you what happened. So for my mastermind, what we started was a Monday call at 6 o'clock, where we can take about one, maybe two topics and just kind of beat it up and talk about this, about how it applies in our life, right? And what happened was near amazing because sometimes in our psyche, we have these thoughts that are limiting thoughts. And those limiting thoughts can actually prevent you from moving forward. And you don't want this to happen because it kind of happens. You can get in the habit of talking yourself out of something to the point that anything that you think is outside of your comfort zone, you will say the thing and in the same sentence talk yourself out of the thing. And it happens all the time. So we were doing an exercise and I was introducing things that were out of the comfort zone. And as I was introducing them, there were some negative thoughts that were coming in back. And I was hitting that with positive thoughts to the point where we learned, like, whoa, wait a minute. Maybe we are having some limiting beliefs. Now, we're going to do this every Monday at 6 o'clock p.m. Central. Now, for this class, this is a paid class. It's only $19.95 a month. But I challenge you to come because the thing about it is that it challenges you to be better. But one thing I want to talk about today, and of course we get far more in depth about this in the actual call, is this. How many of you actually, hear me out on this one, live in the now? Like right now, as I'm talking to you, what are you doing? Are you doing two things? Are you actually engaging, listening? Are you listening and then you're watching television? Are you here? Because people do two things. Either they're depressed about the past or they're worried about the future. I'm going to say that again. A lot of times people are depressed about the past and worry about the future. Now, here's the question I have for you. If something bad to you happened in your past, I promise you, there is also something good that happened in your past. But usually, we only focus on the negative in the past. Now, there are times we reminisce about, our childhood and, the father and the mother, and we did this and all these type of things, and we played with our Star Wars and different things. But a lot of the times, people really, really focus on what could have been done better. We start throwing a blame game. Why did you do that? Even though we have no power to change it. So my question to you is, why focus on it? The future. We have goals that we want to achieve. Financial goals, spiritual goals, fitness goals. And goals are fine. But let me ask you a question. You can't get to any of those goals until you focus on what's going on right now. For instance, if you had a financial goal, you wanted more money, what are you doing right now? What are you going to be doing later in the moment? Are you going to be reading? Are you going to be putting the knowledge into your life to be able to challenge, bring in challenges that you can put in your life to become a a much wiser person, the challenges that you may put in your life where you can be in a situation where you have a mentor that can put challenges in your life to bring you to another situation. It's what you do right now that's going to bring that upon. So, and a lot of us have thought about the future. Some have died. And when they die, we say things like, oh, they had such a bright future ahead and they wanted to do this and they wanted to do that. And it never came because we don't know what's going to happen. I could die tomorrow. And it could be like, man, this guy made a great video, about this, and he had such a bright future ahead of him, and he died prematurely. No, I died when it was time. Just like you are going to die when it's time. But all we have in life is this moment. So instead of worrying about the future and getting depressed about the lack of attention you received and all these other things in the past, love the now. And this is something that I had to learn. This is one of my biggest lessons because I was always in that place or this place, but never this place. So this is something we talked about in the in our chat, and I welcome for any of you who don't have any of this conversation that you can have with anyone else, or anything that you want to just add and come and talk about Monday, 6 p.m. Central, where we just kind of let it all out. We can talk about it. I'll put the link inside. And if you want to contact me, you can reach me at startabusinessforcheap@gmail.com and we can talk about it. But we just get in there for 1 hour and we beat topics up. And I can promise you, when we left the talk today, everyone who was in the call was rattled because now not only do we have to, not only is it enough just to say we want to do something, we actually have to do it, and things are going to have to change inside of us in order to get to that level. So with that said, good people, thank you, and until next time, signing off.